I'm Riley, making my last demo video for Review Board. I'm working on the same project I was working on previously. If you're not familiar, it was to add this button that would allow you to collapse the diff information for any given file. And this project also has some logic built in so that minified files are generally collapsed by default. Although there are some cases, like this deleted file up here, where it's not collapsed by default. And I'm not going to get into that too much because I've talked about that previously. So one of the more recent changes I made involved this highlighting you see here. Previously, when you collapsed or expanded a file, that highlighting was not updated. So if you expanded this, the file would move down, but the highlighting would stay right about here. So I fixed that, and that ended up being a lot easier than I expected. I thought that would be more complicated. And then most of the work I've been doing recently was to undo some previous changes I made and to make sure everything still works smoothly without that section of code. So the reason I had to undo a bunch of work is because I misunderstood what this button did. I thought, it does different things depending on what the file is. So we have one file here where it contains only whitespace changes, and we have one file that contains some whitespace changes and some other changes. So this button will hide the contents of this file completely, but here it just removes the highlighting from certain areas. So because I didn't realize this behavior existed at all, I was only looking at this behavior, so I had to undo a lot of my changes because it completely broke this behavior, and it turns out it was out of scope to begin with. So yeah, aside from that, I've been writing a lot of unit tests to make sure everything works correctly and can easily be tested in the future. Yeah, that's all for now.